Welcome back again. My dear students, today we will briefly explain the concept of uniport and coport. First of all, uniport. Uniport is a type of transport process in which the molecules move across the plasma membrane independent of other molecules. If you are having here a plasma membrane, okay, and there is a transporter protein in the plasma membrane, the molecules are moving only in one direction. Okay, a specific type of molecule is moving only in one direction. That type of transport process is known as uniport, and the protein which is involved in this uniport, this is known as uniporter. Okay, the best example of uniport transport is the glucose transporter in erythrocytes. You know that the erythrocytes, they need a constant supply of glucose from the, this is the erythrocyte, this is the plasma membrane of erythrocyte. Okay, it is, this erythrocyte is dissolved in the blood plasma or fluid part of blood. Okay, to constantly function, the erythrocyte needs a constant supply of glucose from the blood plasma, and there are two pathways by which the glucose can enter the erythrocyte. One is simple diffusion. The glucose molecules will diffuse directly through the plasma membrane, and another one is facilitated diffusion. In this type of diffusion, the glucose is moving through a specific transporter protein which is known as GLUT1. Okay, this has been named as GLUT1 so as to distinguish it from the other types of glucose transporters which are present in other tissues. Okay, and it has been found that the rate of movement of glucose through GLUT1 is 50,000 times more than what is happening through simple diffusion. Okay, so you can simply say that type of transport process in which the molecules are moving only in one direction, that is known as uniport. Now, cotransport or coport. In this type of transport process, the movement of one molecule across the plasma membrane, it is dependent upon the movement of another molecule. Okay, so you can say this is the plasma membrane and this is the transporter protein. The movement of one molecule across plasma membrane through this transporter, it is dependent upon the movement of another molecule which is also taking place through this transporter protein. Okay, and depending upon the direction of these two molecules which are moving through the same transporter, coport is of two types. One is known as symport and second one is known as antiport. First of all, symport. In symport, the movement of both the dependent molecules occurs in the same direction across the plasma membrane. For example, हम बात करेंगे एक transporter की, and in this transporter protein, both the molecules, they move in the same direction. For example, H positive ion, and this is glucose. Okay, in this transport process you can see both the H positive ion and the glucose molecules, they are moving in the same direction. मैंने आपको कल बोला था. Okay, this H positive ion gradient is created as a result of hydrogen ion extrusion with the help of proton pumps. Okay, this leads to the creation of electrochemical potential gradients which stores energy. When H positive ions move back, they also take with them the glucose molecules which move from lower concentration to higher concentration. Okay, this is the best example of symport. That means both the transporting molecules, both the molecules which are which move, they move in the same direction. Okay, another type of co-transport is known as antiport. In this type of transport process, the movement of the dependent molecules occurs in opposite directions across the plasma membrane. Okay, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, here this is the plasma membrane and this is the transporter protein, okay, which is known as antiporter. In this antiporter, one molecule moves in this direction and another molecule moves in the exact opposite direction. So that type of co-transport in which the dependent molecules move in opposite directions across the plasma membrane, that is known as antiport. And the best example of antiport is sodium hydrogen antiporter. ओके। सोडियम हाइड्रोजन एंटीपोर्ट में होता क्या है, तो ये आप देख लीजिए, दिस इज द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ द सेल, ओके। You have here higher concentration of H positive ions, which has been created as a consequence of H positive ATPase, okay, induced extrusion of H positive ions from the inner side of the cell to the outer side of the cell. तो आपके पास यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल पोटेंशियल ग्रेडियंट है या सिंपली pH ग्रेडियंट है, ओके। When these H positive ions will move back from the outer side of the cell to the inner side of the cell here through this antiport protein, the sodium molecules, they move from inner side of the cell, the sodium ions, sorry, they move from inner side of the cell to the outer side of the cell. And here you can easily see one ion is moving in this direction and another ion is moving in complete opposite direction. So that type of transport process in which the two dependent ions or two dependent molecules, they are moving in opposite directions, that is known as antiport, okay. So this is all about the concept of uniport and cotransport, and this type is symport and antiport. I hope you all understand this. See you soon with the next lesson. Till then, stay blessed and thank you.